In this episode, I'm going to talk about the highlights of this year, the ups and downs and everything. And, let's get right to it. One of my favorite. Welcome to this new vlog episode. In this episode, I'm going to talk about the highlights of this year, the ups and downs and everything. And, let's get right to it. One of my favorite sculptures was one of the first sculptures I did this year. It was Dino Cazares of Fear Factory. I made him half Terminator, half Dino. Fear Factory is one of my favorite bands, so it was really cool to do. I didn't make a mask out of it. It was just a sculpt challenge, and I want to do more of those in 2025. I made the first Dr. Torment version. This is the sculpt, and here are the different versions I did off of it. 3 of them ended up in Germany, and 1 more ended up in USA. I didn't do so much Slipknot related stuff this year. The Mick Thompson All Hope Is Gone, with the damages and the rust and stuff like that, and I gave it away in the giveaway. It was a really cool giveaway. A lot of people entered, and it was really fun. So I might do another giveaway in 2025. So after that, I ended up in a local newspaper. I got to talk about my passions, music, masks, everything. It was really cool. It was the first time, that I got to show off my stuff locally. And I don't know, it really was heartwarming, it really felt nice. After that, I ended up on the national TV in Sweden too. First locally, after nationally. And I got to talk a bit more about that. I don't know what to say. It was really cool. It was one hell of an experience. And, let's see what 2025 will bring. After that, I made Freddy vs. Jason premiere Chris Fane mask for the House of Masks. It turned out great. Here's a picture. It's an odd mask, but I don't know. It was really fun to do. It was frustrating, but I did it anyways. After that, I did another mask for Press Terror. He is a German artist, electronic music he does, and he ended up on Vice, so it was really cool to see my mask on Vice also. I watch Vice a lot. So really cool documentaries. Here's a picture. I also got to do a pretty big job. The biggest job, until now. It was for one of the biggest theme parks here in Sweden. Gröna Lund they're called. I did this and this sculpture. They were test sculptures. They changed the concept, so they weren't used. And this is the one that got used in the end. It was like a big batch of masks I did. It was 7 wearable masks. It was 48 masks they used, to scare the people from behind in the end. And after that, they gave me another assignment, and it was like a half-eaten girl. It was for this zombie attraction. This is how the girl turned out. Sculpture, the finished product. Now, Gröna Lund, thank you very much for this. During this period, when I was working for the Gröna Lund masks, I needed like some distraction. So I made a new Cyclone mask too. Here's a sculpture, the finished mask. I wanted to do some new Cyclone stuff in the future, so I needed a new mask and let the old identity go. So after that, I did a Dr. Torment 2.0, this mask, and I did another version. So yeah, really turned out cool. And the sculpture, by the way, I forgot that. In the end, I also added like one of those custom metal jaws again. I do that a lot with masks. But here is that version. Last but not least, I ended up in a local newspaper again because I did these projects for Gröna Lund. And one of the most important things also, which I kind of almost forgot, it was the Sean Crahan Mayhem clown mask. This one, I did a sculpture. I really like it. It will probably be one of the first masks I'll do next year, and an Iowa clone I will do too. But I'm very thankful for this year, all of the stuff that has happened. It had a lot of ups, it had a lot of deep downs. And the previous episode I told you that I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, which wasn't easy this year. I ended up in a depression like during the big Gröna Lund job. It was leaning towards a psychosis, so it was pretty goddamn heavy. I don't know what to say. It was not fun. It was really hard for the people around me. I knew that I had something, that I was leaning towards bipolar disorder like 6 years ago, but I ignored the help. I said I don't have it. I left like the medicines behind and stuff like that. In that period of time, the last couple of years, I had like a psychosis a couple of times, a depression that leaned more towards a psychosis. In the Netherlands, I had it too, but it was triggered by other stuff. But I got help now, I got medicated, and yeah, if you feel that something's up, I cannot stress it enough. There's nothing wrong with reaching out and getting help, First, go to your friends, talk with them. And I know when you're really depressed, you don't feel like you don't have any friends. You really feel like that. You feel like you're in the way and all of that stuff. Other type of people, they think like, oh, he just wants attention, blah, blah, blah. Those people are the last people you need in your life. Seriously. I cannot stress it enough. Please, if you feel something's wrong, get help. That is the biggest step, but also the most important step, acknowledging that you need help. If you don't want to reach out to friends, you can get professional help. There's nothing wrong with it. If I didn't do it, I don't know. Then I would have continued living my life like I did before the rest of my life. And right now I feel how it's supposed to be. I'm not manic anymore. Stuff that bothered me or stuff that I liked, I could get so incredibly manic. I could get scenarios in my head that weren't there. In the middle of my episode, I deleted some of my reels and shorts and TikToks, because I thought I need to delete it, this and this, and some of the YouTube videos parts are missing. I cannot recover that, but I'll leave it as it is. I did it for a reason, and let's just start off 2025 with a clean slate and leave all of that stuff behind and focus on the future. So that was it for the mask part and kind of the personal stuff that I went through this year. My brain, it feels like I kind of have a new brain or a more polished one. I wish you beautiful holidays and an awesome New Year's, and we'll see each other next year. Bye.